Assalamualaikum everyone, it's Nadia Yunus here with another video for you, with another topic. And today's topic is about map of the world. And we know that a map basically is like a guidance system. It gets us from A to B. It gets us from one country to another, one city or state to another. So it's a guidance system. And did you know that all of us as individuals have our very own map of the world? Like our very own GPS system or a guidance system. And did you know that two twins are witnessing something for the very first time, either a good thing like a graduation, or something horrific like a fire or a murder? And if you ask both those individuals, both those twins, what they will tell you is an individual perspective of what they saw or felt. And you're assuming here that they're twins, so they're going to be feeling the same thing and seeing the same thing. They saw the same thing, but they perceived it from their own point of view, from their own map of the world. And all of us have this. So in the past couple of years, for over the past 4 years now, in my NLP practitioner, I've been learning that all of us have our very own map of the world. And if you can understand this, inshallah, today, then it will help you in your businesses if you are an entrepreneur like me, and you have private clients or group clients, or if you're working with service providers or stakeholders, if you're a teacher, parent, in a relationship, friendships, whatever it is, this will help you. And if you need to pause this video at any time and go back and take notes, then please do so. So I'm hoping and praying that inshallah that you grasp the message from here today. It's very important for us. So all of us have our very own map of the world, and from this map of the world we perceive everything. We have filters within us, and what we do is that when we come across information for the very first time, for instance, you may be coming across me for the very first time, and so you're going to probably be going through this right now. And if you don't know anything about me and you are coming across me for the very first time, just go to www.webeinspired.com/about, and you can read more about me. In a nutshell, I'm an entrepreneur, author, speaker, coach, and a mentor. So if you're coming across me for the first time, this is something that you're probably going to go through. So hear me out here. So what happens is that when new information comes to us, it goes through our filters. We delete it, distort it, or generalize it. So we delete it, distort it, or generalize it. It goes through our filters. Why? To fit in our map of the world. So all of us perceive things from our own map of the world. And here you can probably understand why people have some relationship issues. Or let's just quickly take a look at social media, for instance. Okay, Facebook, and we know that this is big. So go on any celebrity's page on Facebook, and they'll post a quote or something that they're going through, or something general, or even just a picture, and see how many comments are rolling through. And it's amazing when you read through them, because what you will see is that, and you've probably gone through this yourself, I personally try and not comment on social media, especially on Facebook, as much as possible, but sometimes, again, it goes through my filters and my map of the world, and I feel the need to comment. So if you ever thought, why do people need to comment this? Why must they say this? What happens is that they are perceiving whatever they've just read or seen, like a poster or picture, from their map of the world. And information has just gone through their filters, they've deleted it, distorted it, generalized it, and understood it, and perceived it from their very own perspective. So that's why you probably read the comments, and it's probably completely disaligned or misaligned to what the speaker or the celebrity was actually saying, and they've seen it from their own perspective. And sometimes you can see the positives and the negatives. Okay, now this can also happen in our relationships. So when we sometimes say communication is misunderstood, okay, the whole communication thing is another video in and of itself. But I just want to get this message to all of us that we all have our very own map of the world, and we have filters within us. And when new information comes to us, we either delete it, distort it, or generalize it to fit our very own map of the world. And sometimes in relationships as well, when we are faced with a challenge or we don't seem to understand our partner, our parent or friend, whatever relationship, that situation you put through, what happens is that someone has perceived it in their own way. Now you're thinking, is there any hope? There's always hope. And how we can rectify that or make it better, I guess you can say, is just try to explain things in simple terms. And if you need to, explain further. And the person who's perceiving it and hasn't understood it and has gone through gone through your filters, just ask questions. Just say, you said this and I perceived it, or I understood it like this. Is this what you meant? And if it's not, then they will explain further. and they'll tell you what they meant. And if it wasn't exactly, it will be what you perceive. But more than likely, what happens is that we we take information through our filters, and that's how we perceive the other person. So again, it might be just the way you're meeting me for the very first time, and you're like deleted, distorted, and generalized information to fit your map of the world. And that's what happens. And even I go through this, and even though I'm learning this information and practicing in my day to day and teaching you guys, I still go through it, because again, I'm an individual who has my very own map of the world. I have my principles, I have my beliefs, my values, and what I perceive to be what fits into my little world, a map of the world. And that's exactly what's going to be happening to you as well. So I just wanted to cut this short video and talk about your map of the world, and how you can understand people is, or how you can understand yourself even more, because you may be in a challenge or a situation where you're thinking, okay, but this is what I meant. How come somebody misunderstood it? Or how come I keep misunderstanding something? It's because you have a map of the world of your own, and in that you have your filters, and you distort, delete, and generalize information to fit your own little world. And it's maybe because of comfort reasons, because we all know that we love staying in our comfort zone where we feel safe. um I know I do. And it's also because it helps us understand the world better, or what we're trying to what we're seeing in others. Again, I think that whole safety comes into it. So this is our map of the world. This is how we view the world and others that we interact with on a daily. So if you ever had or have come across any challenges in any shape or form, now you can understand what's happening. Basically, we have a very own map of the world. We have filters running through us, and when we first see information or come across new information, we delete it, distort it, or generalize it to fit our map of the world, which makes us help understand the world better, helps us understand ourselves better, and helps us to be in a safe environment. So what you can do is take the initiative, be bold, um, just take risks, and just ask. That's the best way forward. And if you are coming across something and somebody says something you don't understand, just ask them. Say, this is how you've perceived it, this is how you've understood it, is this what you meant? You ask another person, and if not, they will tell you exactly what they meant, and inshallah they will kind of help you understand through. So this is how all of us work, even identical twins. And I hope that this kind of helped you understand how we see the world, how we see people, how we perceive information, situations, anything that's happening in the world. This is the reason behind it. I hope this video helped and served you in some way. Leave me a comment and let me know what you understood from this video. Hopefully I explained the topic clearly. It really is that simple. And I was trying to give examples as best as possible, but it really is that simple. And if you want to hear more about this, or whatever you think, inshallah, give me your thoughts, let me know your thoughts, and I'll speak to you soon, inshallah. Take care, have an awesome day. Assalamu alaikum.